Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I make Flappy Bird in Scratch with no tutorials. I tried to make a platformer, but that didn't go too well. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. So first of all, I get a sprite from my backpack that I used like a million years ago. So I use that for Flappy Bird. But obviously I gotta do a little bit of editing, and also there's a lot of old code in there. So I edit the sprite a little bit. I add some wings, or I add a wing, and I fill it in with white. So yeah. I also make a second costume for like the flap. So I'll just fast forward to when I actually start making the code. So I add a variable called gravity for like the falling, and I add a forever loop to fall. So I add I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm going into, what am I doing? Okay, I add another variable and call it fall. So I change fall by 1, and I guess that's like as I change fall by gravity, and yeah, I set Y to fall, and I just float up. I don't know so I set the gravity to -4, and then I fall down, but there's doesn't look very good, so I'm trying to fix that, and I change Y by fall, and then I just teleport to the bottom. And I could have probably just set fall back to 0, and it's like 50 million right now, so I'm kind of stupid. But yeah, it's like I do not know what I'm doing, and then I just start floating up again. So I set Y to fall, and then it doesn't work because fall is like a million. So Y. Well, I don't know if I ever find out my mistake, but I do at some point. So I think, yeah, I finally, no I didn't. Yeah, I changed fall by gravity, and then I changed Y by fall. Yeah, that's not gonna work, bro, because fall is like 7 trillion right now. I don't think I'm ever gonna find out my mistake. So I'm just changing gravity. I'm like, what the heck is wrong? So I'm look at my code, is anything wrong? And then I just remove the fall variable entirely, and I just change Y by fall and change fall by 1, and yeah, I still haven't figured out my mistake. I'm being stupid. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I have to set fall to 0, and then it's not working. So I changed fall. Oh my goodness, I'm just moving. Maybe change fall by -1. And I realized fall is going up, so you're moving up. So I do change fall by -1, and then I have some realistic falling, kind of. So I mess around with this for a while, but then fall is a crazily high number, like 1,000, like 100,000. So I let's go there, and I said I had to set fall to 0. So now the falling is kind of realistic. So now I go and add an if statement. I think I'm adding nothing hopping. So I add if key space press. Then set fall to, I think I made it 5, and it was it worked, but it was not very much. So and then I do that, and then it like flies up. And then I set it to 20, and it's still a little bad, but yeah. And then I set it to a lower number, and now it's 2. I think that's good for now. So I'm just testing. Alright, so then I'm making the pipes. So they're very simple, just 2 green rectangles. So yeah, I'm adding it, and I changed the distance between the 2 pipes later, but not right now. So I move it to the side, and yeah, and then I put a one if I clicked hide, because like I'm gonna make clones of it. Then forever wait about 3 seconds, and then create clone of myself. So when I start as a clone, I show obviously, and then I go to this, but I set the Y to pick random. I pick random like 106 to like 106 to 100, no, minus 106 to 106, and then I add a repeat until. So when I start as a clone, you should repeat until like the X position is like the edge. So like repeat until the X. So this is a lot of trial and error getting the right position, the right like sign. So I do change Y by -5, -3. I can't split yet. So it's not changing Y by it for some reason. So I change so I remove the minus. So now it is moving, but I didn't add anything after the repeat until, and also they're just appearing out of nowhere. So I fix these soon. So then the first thing I have to address is to delete the clone. So then I try it, and I forget if this works or not. It doesn't for some reason. So I was like, why isn't this working? So I kept messing around with the values and stuff, and the pipes are still appearing out of nowhere. And also nothing happens when you touch the pipe. So yeah, I addressed these issues later. So I am editing the thingy. So I move it so that's not actually a clone, to see if it works if I do it like that. And I don't know, just a lot of trial and error. So I had the hide, and oh yeah, I think it's greater. I had a greater than thing, and extension is greater than 262. So yeah, I think that ends up working. I don't know. So I move all the code back to the one I started as a clone, and test it. And I also add all the code back to the one if I clicked. So I test it, and everything seems to be working so far. And it doesn't delete. So don't know why that happens. So I put it to positive 262, and now they're not even appearing. So I put it back to minus 262, and I add an equal to, which is probably a bad way of connecting it, because what if it gets past, it will just go forever. But yeah, I do that anyway, and I think it works. So I'm testing it. Everything seems to be working, but the pipes are still appearing out of nowhere. And yeah, it deletes the clone. So yeah, that seems to be working. So then I changed the go to thing to a really high value, so it looks like it's just appearing off the screen almost seamlessly. Well, it was at least better than it was before. But nothing happens when I touch the pipes, so I think I fixed that now, but I'm not sure. So I'm increasing the space in between the two pipes, just in case. Now it's a little bit easier, so it's not completely unfair. And then I add so the space, you can just like hold it forever and you can go flying up, and it looks really bad. So I add wait until not key space press, but then there's a different problem, because if you just hold down space, then you just fly, you just like freeze. See, yeah. So I'm just like messing around with the code, and it's still not doing anything. It's still not working the way I want it to. So I do this. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just messing around, I guess, trying to get it to work. So I test. Why am I still testing? It's okay. It doesn't work. Okay, so I think yeah, I added repeat until not key space pressed. Then I copy the code from there. So that means when the space is pressed, it like does the gravity thing. So that works, and that was my solution. So yeah, and this I'm still I'm just testing right now, and so I make the jump value a bit higher. And now that I look at it, I realize I never added checking for the top, for like if the bird touches the top or bottom, you just float on the ground and then die if you hit the pipes. So yeah, that then I'm just testing, making sure everything works right. And it does, so yeah. So then I stop the project, I think. No, I don't. And I just hide the fall variable because like you don't really want to see that. So then I remove the wait until, and I add an if then. What am I think I'm doing the resetting the game. Yeah, I am. So I try to get the exact color there. So yeah, and then I add the like reset thing. So, and then I add so yeah, then I think I make it broadcast a message. So like now I effectively made collisions, kind of. So yeah, I don't want that. So I think I make a broadcast message 1, and then I do when I receive message 1, then I press delete this clone, and that works for some reason. I don't know why, but it works. And you know, it doesn't depend on how good the code is, it just depends if it works. So yeah, it does work. It resets the game. So yeah, it's all working fine. Well, it's not working perfectly, but it's working fine. You know what they say, if it works, it works. So yeah. Then I think I'm at a I don't know what. So I think I'm working on, I make it look actually flap. In this part, I make its wings flap. So I switch costume to costume to a 1. So then it flaps. So yeah. And then I think I add a score variable at some point. But yeah, I think I add a score soon. So yeah, I add a score. to do score, and okay. So I show score and I like move it to the middle of the screen. Yeah. So then I press set score to 1 at the beginning, to 0 at the beginning, and then I think when I receive message 1, or no, if I add a forever in here, and then I'm like, okay, that doesn't work. And I never moved that delete this clone back, so didn't notice that until later. So I do if x position of sprite 1, which is a bird, is equal to, I think I added an or, equal to or like greater than or something, is equal to x position. Not yet. Yeah, I'm trying to add a greater than or equal to because I use the Roblox coding. So I think then I figure out that I have to do an or. Yeah, x position. If x position of sprite 1 is equal to x position of like the clone, then it will change the score. Never mind. I had the if. Then I think I go get, yeah, I add the or, and then I do this, and I exposition of sprite 1 greater than x position, then it will change the score by 1. Change score by 1. So yeah, that's how the score works. But I also add a wait until not expression, yeah. So then bro, I'm recording. So then yeah. So yeah, I think now I draw the, okay, then I'm like, why is this not working? And then I'm like, I did not. And then I freak out and I don't even see that I removed the delete this clone. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, then I put it in here and it's and then I add the delete this clone back, but that's not why it's not working. And then at this part I draw a backdrop, so I'll just speed it up. Yeah, so after that I'm just doing some testing, and then I find something, the things just stop there. They're just stop. They're gone. Though they're not gone, but they just stopped. So I figure that's because I added the if statement into the repeat until and in the clone code. So I just fixed that, and yeah, I just add the, yeah. So now I think it works. So yeah, it works, and the score adds up, and when I fall on and when I die, it restarts. So I think I'm done. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh yeah, when they restart, I set score to 0. And press save now, and I add a name, bad Flappy bird, cause it is. So then I just do some testing, and I think, yeah, the game's done.